All right, so we are going to first draw a mouth with closed lips. We'll focus on drawing a mouth with teeth after this. So the first thing you want to do, notice, well, first, what's the darkest area of this image? Zach?
The crease.
Okay, yeah, the crease in the lips, the opening of the lips, right? So that means we are not going to outline our lips. There's no lip liner here. If you outline your lips and make the outline as dark as the crease, it's not going to look realistic. Okay, so we're going to start with just this crease. And a trick, because we have our reference image right above our drawing, you can just kind of drag your pencil down to help you with the width of that line. It's going to be very wide. The reference image you choose later today or this weekend, it's going to end up being much smaller than this image because your image is going, your final drawing is going to be either 8.5 by 11 or 9 by 12. It's not going to be as large as this mouth. All right, so now what we're going to do, notice this isn't a straight line. It curves at the ends. So I'm going to kind of draw those curves. I'm drawing very lightly at first until we flat everything in. And then you can see it's kind of a subtle curve there. I almost chose a reference image that had either a mustache, some sort of facial hair, but I figured we should touch on the basics first, and then we'll have a whole lesson. When we return on B week, we'll have a whole lesson on hair in general. Right, so the next thing we're going to do is at the center, you'll see it's just a very slight divot. You can use your fingers to kind of measure, make sure you're making the lips tall enough. I'm just going to kind of indicate where there is a shift in value. Okay, the next thing, going to measure the distance between the crease and the bottom lip. And indicate that with a slight curve. And we're going to do a number of things when we erase to add highlights, because you'll notice there's quite a few creases. The creases aren't all dark. There's also a highlight. If you'd like to block out a bit of the highlight, just like we did with the pupil, you're more than welcome to do that. And just know that we'll probably cover some of that up and have to go back in and erase. Right, now we're going to focus on this crease. Notice it's not just a line. There are values, slight shifts in value in between this entire crease. So I'm going to go ahead and block some of this in here. And then I'm going to use my cotton swab to blend some of that out. I'm going to keep focusing on this crease before we shade the lips, because the lips we're also going to have to make sure we add value, apply value, so that some of the creases are more vertical. And a reminder, you will have access to the full range of graphite pencils whenever you create your portrait, but for the time being, you're just using whatever pencil you have on hand, since I don't have enough 6Bs to go around. So just kind of spreading out some of these values. Okay, and rather than shading the lips right now, we're actually going to get this shadow in under here, underneath the lip, and I'm just using my cotton swab. So let's add some skin to the drawing so it looks like the lips are actually sitting on a face. And a reminder, anytime you need a new cotton swab between the 3 drawings we do today, feel free to grab one. Okay, we're going to do the same thing to above the lip. Add some value in. Notice there's a highlight right in there. So I'm going to go right above that and start adding value. And a reminder, anytime you add value, do it in the same direction of the curve. Our faces are not flat. And a reminder, so we don't make this look like Napoleon Dynamite's drawing, don't shade the upper lip too dark. I have the image. Here we go. No, no. There you go. Took me 3 hours to finish the shading on the upper lip. It's probably the best drawing I've ever done. Well, that was, yeah, I was quoting him. There you go, see? So let's not make this happen. Not that I'm hating on anyone. That was part of the movie, Joe.
Beautiful art piece.
Yes, but please don't do that.
It was very iconic.
Yes. Memorable enough that I think the movie came out when I was in high school, and I definitely remember the shading on the upper lip. All right.
What is Napoleon Dynamite about?
Oh,
Napoleon Dynamite.
you just have to watch it.
I'm half sure it's about some overconfident kid, and they all call him Napoleon.
I would not say he's overconfident.
No, exactly. He's kind of like quirky.
Yes.
Yes.
Good adjective. To all of the home learners, this video is not sponsored by Napoleon Dynamite.
It should be.
But it should be. All right, so we just want to make sure we plot in some value so it looks like the lips are sitting on some skin. Let's go ahead and start with the bottom lip. Also, this is not like a cookbook. Like, I didn't open Mosey's recipe for how to draw faces. This is not a step-by-step for everything. Like, if you're like, oh no, I don't remember, I really want to practice drawing lips, I don't know if she did the upper lip or the bottom lip first. My drawing is ruined. That's not how it is. I'm just showing you a method, some steps.
That'd be like a New York Times best-selling book, though.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so for the, what did I say we were going to do first? Bottom lip?
Bottom lip.
Okay. For the bottom lip, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the edge of my pencil. That way, as I go along, I can add in some of these creases. Now, unless this person has extremely chapped lips, you're not going to see a million little creases, okay? We don't want it to be so obvious.
No, yeah, the like top.
So what I'm going to do is, as I'm going through, I am going to make some slight shifts in value. I'm definitely going to erase some highlights. Don't make this too dark. You can always go back in and add more values. Same thing, I'm going to shade this or blend those strokes in the same direction as the curve of the lips. And I can kind of go across. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some time to darken some areas, erase some areas. Bless you. And this is where, if you want to use your tortillon, because it's nice and flat, can help you blend some of those values. I'm going to use this eraser. Right, we ready to do the top lip? Okay, that's fine, that's fine. Well, I'll wait. That's why I asked. All right, and Kendall is physically ready to start, so we're gonna start with the top lip. Remember, we're gonna do 2 mouths today, so if you don't like this one, maybe the one with teeth will be easy. All right. So this one is a little darker, like there's less highlights. So I'm gonna just apply color or value. Bless you. Bless you. What's that?
I think the whole video is just you going like.
Probably. Bless you. Hey, sometimes people just want to be blessed, right? Alright, so right above the crease it does get a little darker, so that's where I'm going to go ahead and put some values in. Add a few crease lines. And a reminder, I'm not perfect. Make sure you're looking at the image on your paper. That's your reference image. I'm just guiding you on how I would do the steps and some of the techniques. And once you've shaded it, you can also start erasing some of those highlights again, just like you did with the lower lip.